Well, the mega bank JPMorgan is having its Crypto Economic Forum today, which is a streaming online forum that you can listen to or have even more in-depth access to it, but it's by invitation only. Well, in it I have some information about what JPMorgan's been discussing and why specifically Ripple and XRP were involved. Also, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong was there giving a fireside chat, and I'm going to tell you what the speculation was as to actually why he's there. And it all wraps around Ripple and XRP adoption. In another cryptocurrency news, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, recently stepped down as the CEO of Twitter because, well, he wants to move on to other things. And he wrote an incredibly vague letter to his employees, but a lot of the speculation is that he's going to be working full-time on Bitcoin-related projects. We'll have to see. And also, if you've been looking for the next big altcoin or the next big altcoin segment, of course, you've probably been hearing about the Metaverse and the gaming tokens that are now becoming more mainstream and hitting exchanges en masse. Well, I have somewhere that you're going to want to look if you're looking for those next big gaming tokens. And in fact, you might not have to look for the tokens at all. You can just look for a specific index, and I'm going to tell you about it in this video. And of course, have some information on the Sologenic Airdrop, the Solo token, which is now breaking new all-time highs. I'm going to tell you what the pricing information is right now, some pricing outlooks for the future, as well as discussions around the snapshot and the airdrop, which basically means how to get your hands on some free Solo tokens. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel, I'm covering the Ripple versus the SEC case. But since news has been incredibly slow around that front, I'm also covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. And if you're feeling generous today, I'd really appreciate it if you do two things. Number one, smash that thumbs up button. And number two, watch this video all the way to the end. Those are really the two best things that you can do to support a YouTube channel. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Now, before I begin, I actually wanted to make mention that I have something that some of you may have seen on my channel. Just recently, I launched a live stream. There's a video live stream on my channel, Late Night Grind, which is basically just a couple of charts, the Sologenic chart as well as the XRP chart, basically just live streaming charts that you can go on and just check the price of and have some conversations with others in the live stream chat. So right now, it was kind of just an experiment. Wasn't really doing anything fancy with it. Just want to kind of throw it up there and see what live streaming a chart would actually do. So you can go check that out if you want. If you had a lot of questions about it, don't overthink it. It was basically just an experiment. And I may keep it up for the long run. I may adjust a couple things, tweak a couple things, make it look a little bit nicer. But in any case, if you had questions about the live stream, that's basically all it was. Now let's get into some altcoins, specifically Metaverse tokens and gaming tokens. Now, a lot of you have probably been seeing, there's a couple mainstream names now floating around, crypto Twitter and crypto YouTube, specifically Decentraland and Sandbox. Those two gaming tokens have been going parabolic recently, although last couple days they've been cooling off. But a lot of people have been asking, where do I find gaming tokens? Well, there's a couple of places you can look. Number one, CoinMarketCap basically now has a Metaverse tab on their listing where you can go and click on, there's things like currencies, DeFi tokens, Metaverse tokens, a few others. You can go click on that and it will basically list all of the different Metaverse and gaming tokens that you may want to look into. But one other place is a little more interesting. It is the MVI, which is the Metaverse Index. What is this? Well, this is essentially an index of a bunch of gaming and Metaverse tokens all combined into one index, meaning you can actually invest in a whole bunch of gaming tokens that are combined into this one index rather than in individual games. Basically the same as investing into a mutual fund in the stock market rather than investing into 10 or 20 different companies. You can invest into a mutual fund that has a conglomerate of companies that are in or around the same industry. Well, the Metaverse Index is the same thing. And since July, it's been doing extremely well, as you could have guessed. It's up about 600% since the end of July, which isn't too bad considering you don't really have to do a lot of research on individual and specific gaming tokens. Go ahead and check out the Metaverse Index. Right now it is trading for about $325, and you can go ahead and look at that index. Right now you can get it on a couple of the exchanges, decentralized exchanges, if you want to look there for more information. All right, now I'm going to talk about what JPMorgan is doing today, having their Crypto Economic Forum. It's basically their virtual forum. They're having essentially interviews and fireside chats with a bunch of different people in the crypto space talking about what else, cryptocurrency and economics. Now, one of the reasons why, and then this is a big speculation, is because Just a couple of weeks ago, JPMorgan put out a report and they highlighted Ripple and XRP as essentially the next big cryptocurrency to have mass adoption once the case versus the SEC has been finalized. Now that was big news. In fact, I made a video on that. But some people are thinking, well, this could just be a play to get eyeballs onto this crypto economic forum and hence on what JPMorgan is doing, which is essentially building out investment vehicles for their clients to invest in cryptocurrencies. Now, Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JPMorgan, and he is not a fan of crypto. He does not like Bitcoin. He says it's essentially worthless. But the reason he is actually doing this and having a division of his company expand into crypto and having economic forums like this and do spotlights on crypto companies like Ripple and XRP is that he says, my clients are demanding that they want to put their money into crypto, and so I listen to my clients. That's an interesting take. So is this crypto economic forum essentially just a big marketing ploy or basically a big billboard for people to say, hey, JP Morgan's getting into the crypto space. They're going to be offering some investment vehicles. They say it's going to be one of the easiest investment vehicles to get into crypto. We'll have to see. But nonetheless, I want to see your comments down below. Is JP Morgan actually getting into the crypto space? Or are they just late to the party, or do you think this is all just a marketing ploy? And I ask that because they did say some interesting things in their report about Ripple and XRP a couple of weeks ago. And because they're not wrong. Now, in their report, they pointed out that they think the reason that XRP is the next crypto to be poised for mass adoption is because they have so many things going for it. And if you've been following this channel or other XRP YouTube channels, then you would know this. Because outside of the United States, everything is going fantastic. They're experiencing explosive growth internationally. They're setting up payment and remittance corridors between big countries, specifically in the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Latin America, through some different partnerships, and it's going really well. They also are exploding in the number of transactions on the XRP ledger on a daily basis. That's up over 300% in the last couple of months, from just over maybe 600,000 transactions per day to up over 1.5 to 2.5. I even saw one day with over 3 million transactions on the XRP ledger. And of course, you have some big announcements like the Ripple Liquidity Hub, which was probably the biggest news of them all, that is set for 2022, which is essentially going to be a giant exchange. And of course, you also have the $250 million creator fund, where Ripple is paying people to develop applications for the XRP ledger. And then, of course, you can't forget all the airdrops. Specifically, the one I'm going to talk about next, which is Sologenic, the Solo token that is going to be airdropped to XRP and Solo holders on January 22nd, 2022. That's a lot of twos. You could be getting some free Solo tokens. So quickly, what is Sologenic? Because if you haven't watched all of my videos, you may not know what Solo or Sologenic is. It's actually a decentralized exchange that they are building on the XRP ledger, and it's going to be one of the most interesting and talked about exchanges, and that's because it's going to do one thing that is brand new, and that is you're going to be able to buy, sell, and trade tokenized securities. So you're going to be able to buy tokenized versions of Amazon stock and sell tokenized versions of Amazon stock, as well as do a whole bunch of other things with it. And of course, they're having an NFT marketplace built out with it. Although nowadays, who doesn't have an NFT marketplace? And some of the wild speculation is that it has the same or similar tokenomics to something like Solana, and that some people think that within a year or so, this could be $200, $300, even $400 per token. That could be a big ask, but not necessarily. Because here we go, let's talk about some of the numbers with the Solo token. When I first talked about it a couple of weeks ago, it was roughly a little over $2, maybe $2.50. It is now breaking all-time highs. I saw it earlier today, just wicked up and hit $4.21. Currently, as I'm making this video, it is going for about $3.89. But nonetheless, it still broke all-time highs. And if we look at some of the basic technical analysis, some of the next price targets are $5 to $6, and then after that, up to $15 to $18. All that could happen before the December 24th snapshot. December 24th is when they essentially take a snapshot, see who is holding Solo tokens and XRP coins, and those are the people that are going to be getting free Solo tokens. On October 28th, so just over a month ago, Solo was trading for 5.1 cents. Now, it happened briefly and it was only for one day, but 5.1 cents. Now, if it does go ahead and hit the full 2.618 on the Fibonacci retracement level, that gives us a pricing outlook of a little over $5, $5.50. That would be a 100x in just over, well, a month plus however long it takes to get to $5, which at this rate is not going to be very long. 100x. Now, everybody on YouTube talks about that. This was actually that opportunity. Is it going to do it again? Can it go from $5 to $500? It might. If you look at some of the moves that other coins have been making earlier this year, that discussion is on the table. And of course, it's going to get a mega PR boost when Ripple wins this case against the SEC. It gets clarity. The XRP ledger is mass adopted. I think the sky is the limit for these two tokens. But none of this is financial advice, but there are some questions that I'm still going to talk about because I still want answered personally. And it's this. December 24th is the snapshot to figure out who's going to get these free solo tokens. Well, what's going to happen before the snapshot? If the price runs up dramatically, I'm talking $10, $15, $20 before the snapshot, are people actually going to sell thinking that the day after the snapshot, people are going to be offloading all of their solo tokens, taking profit, doing all kinds of things like that? And if so, what's that price going to drop to? And if they do, are you going to go ahead and buy even more solo tokens on the cheap the next day? It's a big discussion to be had. Also, the same discussion could be had for January 22nd. What's going to happen in the run-up to the airdrop and after the airdrop? Because this is not a large amount of tokens. There's only a couple 100 million tokens in total. Only 200 million tokens are going to be airdropped altogether in total. And as I saw on Twitter earlier today, there are some places that are having liquidity issues with the solo tokens because as people are seeing these prices start to rise, they are taking them off exchanges and not wanting to sell them. And as we know what happens to Bitcoin when that happens, the price goes up. So there's a lot of speculation that we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, specifically around the solo token. But I want to know what your thoughts are. What are your plans for the solo token? Are you going to get rid of them after the snapshot? Or are you going to try to purchase some even more if they get extremely cheap the day after, which is Christmas Day? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, as well as on Twitter. There is a link in the description below. You can go follow me on Twitter. We can have a conversation there all about it. So if you want to follow along with the Ripple versus the SEC case, along with the solo airdrop and the rest of the crypto space, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon so you can follow along. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end and for giving it a big thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.